Well, instead of opening with a bang today, as it was scheduled to do, the Republican National Convention opened with a rain check. Due to the encroaching storm, the real start of the convention has been postponed until tomorrow. And ABC News has learned that Governor Romney will arrive tomorrow as well, 2 days earlier than planned. My co-anchor Terry Moran comes to us now from Tampa at the convention center. Terry, is the sense down there that postponing was the right decision?
It is, Cynthia. You know, they didn't want to host a disaster. They wanted to host a convention, and there was a possibility of the latter. And also, not a lot goes on the first days of these conventions. Not a lot of people watch them, frankly, on the first day. They will play a little bit of catch-up. It's why Romney's arriving early. And they are worried about the kind of distraction this storm could be, but the show goes on.
So the latest ABC News Washington Post survey has President Obama and Governor Romney in a dead heat. What does the governor need to do in the next 3 days, Terry, to pull ahead?
You know, I think we all sense it. He's got to connect. Mitt Romney has got to give the American people a fix on who he is, his character, his leadership, what kind of president he would be. And that job begins right here with the delegates down on the floor here. This is a fractious bunch, a lot of different kinds of Republicans. So his first task is to bring them together. And it is your voice, your vote, the Republican convention.
In some ways, it's like a family affair here, a gathering of the clan, the elders, the new generation, favorite aunts and uncles all.
I'm busy this week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, way too much so.
And like every family, they have their differences, these Republicans.
We almost didn't even get into that.
And there was one official piece of business on this storm-shortened convention day.
In session and called to order.
What's up, Tampa?
And then there's what you might call the unofficial convention, where the hellraisers and outsiders who made the Republican primaries so raucous and so unpredictable, Michelle Bachmann, Rick Santorum, Newt Gingrich, are still stirring things up.
Like this year's ultimate outsider, the former pizza executive who streaked like a comet to the top of the polls before vanishing in a brief burst of scandal, Herman Cain.
How you doing?
Very good to see you.
If you'd have told me you weren't going to wear a tie, I would have not worn one either, man.
Cain gets mobbed wherever he goes here.
This is Terry's show right now, y'all. All right?
But it is a sign of these Republican times at Mitt Romney's convention. Herman Cain has no formal role, no big speech, no big moment.
Is it because of hard feelings that you aren't taking center stage here?
Oh, no. When I was a candidate and we were doing those debates, Governor Romney is one of the most likable people out there.
You like him?
I like him.
So Herman Cain is on board, but not everyone is.
We'll get into the tent, believe me, because we will become the tent eventually.
Ron Paul spoke to a crowd of thousands Sunday, but he will not speak at the convention, and he won't endorse Romney. So there's one big issue here, one family spat that could get a little awkward.
People at the convention were worried just how much trouble we would cause.
What will Paul's fervent libertarian followers, 177 delegates strong, do here? To find out, we headed to the convention floor.
And here we are, the Republican National Convention. These places are always smaller in person than they look like on TV.
Roaming the floor, we kept meeting Ron Paul delegates, many newcomers to politics, and just basking in it all.
This is my first convention. I'm happy to be here.
Troy Christensen is from Flower Mound, Texas, and he's a Ron Paul supporter who will stick to his guns for now.
How big is the Texas delegation?
We have 155 delegates, 152 alternates.
All for Romney?
Well, we'll all be for Romney after the convention.
And then we bumped into Linda Bean. She's the granddaughter of L.L. Bean. Loves Ron Paul, and she's a little doubtful about Romney.
I think it's a matter of trust, and is he genuine in what he's saying? Can we trust he'll do what he says?
Romney has a problem with trust?
I believe he does. I don't think Ron Paul has that.
At every convention, like at every family gathering, who gets to sit where depends on who's in favor.
So, who gets the best seats in the House, usually the candidate's home state. With Mitt Romney, which one is that? Well, Massachusetts, right in front, but the best seat in the House? Michigan.
And so it was there, right up front in the Massachusetts seats, that we found the most enthusiastic Mitt Romney supporter we've ever met.
What would you tell people who are on the fence or don't know Romney well? What's the best thing about him?
This guy's the Midas of the King Midas of life. I mean, his family life, everything this guy touched turns to gold.
Now Romney has to reach out and touch and bring together the many branches of the Republican family. They want that to come together, but they have a little work to do yet.
So the plan by Thursday night is that they will all be singing the same tune on key and heading into the general election where they will be pumped, no question about it, to take on President Obama. Cynthia?
All right, thanks to you, Terry. We know you'll be right down there telling us how they're doing.